All right, now I'm ready. Now we ready. Now we ready. Thought I was ready. All right, guys, another episode of Things I Wish I Knew About Money. I'm your host, Kamille Smith. And as you can see, today it's a solo episode, but it's all right. Andre had a little emergency, so he couldn't be with us, but I'm going to be holding it down as much as possible. So I just want to big up myself. So to be able to do this, so let me just big up myself just a little bit. And there's the sound. Where's the sound? Where's the sound? Oh, wow. The struggle is real, guys. There we go. There we go. So before I start, I just wanna, Andre wish he could be here, but emergencies happen and he couldn't be here. So I just want to give a highlight to fans, people, especially on Anchor. So we have, let's see what the number is. So we have 1,400, over 1,400 listens. So big up yourselves, guys. Again, thank you. And on YouTube, it's about 600 views. So I thank you guys so much. And I hope whoever's tuning in is able to enjoy what I'm about to talk about. So as you know, I've been doing this business, Finance IQ, for the last 4.25, actually. So I'm actually really proud of myself. And we are in the second half of 2021. So I hope everyone is ready to finish this year, this second half, with a bang. And also for the ones that are watching and wondering why I'm wearing orange today, yesterday or the day before, actually the day before, was Canada's Day, but we're not celebrating Canada's Day. I wanted to call it Indigenous Reflection Day. So I wore orange to represent them. Sadly, I wasn't able to read any books or documentaries to educate myself even more, but I will be doing it in the near future. So prayers to everyone, or every child matters. Okay. Well, on that note, let's have a nice, exciting day. So I want to talk about my personal finance journey. And I think it is similar to a lot of folks, because a lot of us, people that I know, have been, there are the first generation of being Canadian, while their parents were, from a different country. Or I do also have friends that are also, it's like they aren't exactly Canadian, but they moved here. So it's all good. But you've been able to adapt to the westernized world, right? So me being Canadian, but I love to say I'm Jamaican. Don't come at me. Don't come for me, okay? Say Jamaican Canadian most of the times, but it's okay. So I was raised with both parents, as you guys know. And I'm not gonna say that we had I wasn't, born in a silver spoon, but I've been doing many, or I've been raised very well. Example, there are times when whatever area we were at, when it was like getting bad, we were able to move to another area that's lovely. So that's the one great thing about when my parents worked very hard. They knew that there are situations where they didn't want us to experience, so they're able to move out of that situation. But I do think I mentioned in the first episode, very first episode, that there was a time when, before we moved into this house of 18 years, yes, 18.5. So we've been here at this house for 18 and a half years. We had to live with my grandma in a 1 bedroom. So there's 5 of us. So, but that was to collect money so we were able to get the house. And now we all have our own spaces and stuff. So it's awesome. But um I have to give thanks to my mom and my aunt, Auntie Cass. They're both in heaven. They were the reasons why I started coming, or wanted to be in, like, be an accountant or personal finance. So it was just amazing that they were able to open that set to be able to do that. So let's go back. So high school, I was kind of a rebel, class clown. I'm pretty sure some of my friends can commend to that. But yes, she was a class clown and stuff. But I didn't have the knowledge that I have today as much, but I knew how to save. Savings was always in the, like, in my back of my mind. I was like, I gotta save and be able to have this money for certain things. But I just wish at the time I took consideration of what, investing, or even putting into the RSPs. I know there's a debate that some people don't believe in the RSPs, but I think in a sense it is great to be able to have the RSPs, especially if you're a teenager. So you're able to learn that the money that you have when you're working and saving in something, it's actually growing. So compound interest, woo, the rule of 72. But I won't get into that. But let's see. That's one thing I wish I knew when I was younger, the RSPs, and because that would also help getting a house and everything. And I believe we discussed about that in a different episode. Um, and another thing, so now high school, wish I knew that. So now I get to university, Ryerson. That is the first time I get a credit card. Jeez. So I told my mom, I was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to get this credit card." She's like, "Just use it when you really, really need it." So, granted, if anyone went to university in downtown Toronto, if you went to U of T or Ryerson, or even the colleges over there, oh my gosh, the going downtown, like living downtown, going to school downtown, it's very expensive, and especially if Eaton Center is right beside you. A lot of people would go there, spend on shopping and stuff, or food and all that great stuff. I managed to be able to be on a tight budget still. I made sure I kept my coins. And then the only issue I had was I only worked in the summertime at the time. And it wasn't until my third year, it was when I started working and going to school. So I would advise anyone that's going to university, for the kids that are thinking of going to university or college, try to find a part-time job and where you'll be able to balance the work school life balance. Those are keys, because if you're able to manage that, then it just gets better when you become like a real adult. So let's see. So high school, university, university got the credit card. I maxed it out. I did. I did. I maxed it out. I tried to pay it off. It didn't work. It went to collections. It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. But then that taught me a lesson like, wow, this is really important to keep on track and just make sure, you don't have those payments that are tedious. So got rid of that credit card. Then I went to Capital One credit card. Hey, I wanted to build my credit back up, right? So was able to get a credit card, and I think it started at 300 or 500. So I was consistent. I used it, paid it off, used it, paid it off. And then all of a sudden they noticed that, oh wow, she's actually doing well. Let's increase. To this day, I've had that card for about, if it's not 14 years, then it's about 17, and it's gone up like a lot. I'm almost at $10,000, and that's just because the way my credit has been in in the years, they've gradually gone up. So it's important to pay your credit on time. It is very important. So do that, right? And I'm saying the story like this of my journey just so you be able to realize that I made mistakes when I was younger, but I know better now, and I know how to maneuver through those things to be able to pay off. So now, let's see, high school, university, just about to finish university, or in midway in university, '08, there's a recession. This is the time when I said, to a friend, this is actually the best time to actually buy investments because everything's on sale. So in the back of my mind, I knew that it would be the best time to buy it, right? Even though I had it in my mind because I would look at stocks, I did a course about stocks. I never actually executed. And that is the thing. That's another lesson about the things I wish I knew. I wish I had started earlier because I knew better. And compound interest and the rule of 72. If I wish I could just show you guys like a chart. Actually, let me do some research. So let's say Nike stock. Nike stock today. So oh my gosh. So Nike is $159.74 American per share. Say I was to do it in 2008. The Nike share was $16.98. Can you imagine if I actually took consideration of some stocks and had done it then? So fast track 10 years, so 2018, I speak to my friend and they're like, yeah, I was been doing stocks. It's been doing so well. Kamille, how have you been doing? I'm like, honestly, I haven't started. And they're like, really? We talked about it 10 years ago. I was like, I know. So the joke is they told me a price that they put in 2008. And by 2018, they had reached a nice amount. So my goal was that, frigate, I'm going to start investing. And when I get to that goal, I'll feel better. I managed to get to that goal within 3 years. So this year, 2021, I was able to get to his goal that he mentioned to me, 2018. So I really feel like I should big up myself. So now that I've been able to, and I'm not an expert. I am not an expert. I took advantage of when we had a recession kind of, sort of again, and was able to choose wisely, pretty much. And I mean, I can show you folks what stocks. I can show you guys a couple that I have, but also when Andre comes back, we're gonna have more guests, so we'd be able to show you guys like different platforms of broker accounts, just so you guys get an angle of what type of accounts there are in Canada and which one is best for you. So stay tuned for that one. So let me rewind university again. So university, I'm broke. I'm broke. I have OSAP. I think OSAP is 30K. I was working, whatever job I had when I was working at Ryerson, I graduated and I still was in there because I wasn't really finding anything in business. I did a major in finance and minor in accounting. So I wasn't really, maybe I wasn't really active as much. So lesson number 4, network. Like I didn't start networking until I came back from living abroad to actually utilize that. If you actually network while you're in university, college and stuff, you'll be able to find something as soon as you get out. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So utilize knowing people so you'll be able to get better in life. So then I graduated university, couldn't find anything, so I got the opportunity to live abroad. Best decision in my life. I was able to change into a different person. I became more level-headed, I would like to say. I just learned that there are different things in the world. I humbled myself living abroad, and anyone that I met in Korea, South Korea, that is, I miss y'all and I appreciate y'all because it was just another journey of my life that I would never want to take back. Right? So big up everyone from Korea. 안녕하세요. So I come back to Toronto. I'm not broke, but I saved a lot. I saved a couple pennies. I've been killing off my OSAP, and the best thing about living abroad is that your living expenses is minimal. So I would suggest to anyone, if you plan on living abroad and you get your rent paid and all the cheap stuff, please pay off most of your debt or start investing. Consider those things and you will be happy camper, trust me. What else? So I come back. I was able to pay off my student loan, OSAP. So 2011, I graduated. I paid off my student loan in 2017. Whoo! That was a great feeling. I was like, I'm ready. This $30,000 is gone. On to the next thing. So that's when I merged into investing. So what now? I also in 2017, I started my business. So I found a really great saying the other day, or It was a small reality check. There's two, actually. There's two. I will say both of them because I want to show people that there are a difference. And some people they forget. They forget. So one of the saying is, don't confuse entrepreneur with self-employed. Let that marinate. Big up yourself, Jamar. That is a real heavy reality because a lot of folks, when they become self-employed, they always say, yeah, I'm business owner, I'm big things, whoa, yes, yes, yes. And then you have to remember that you're not you're not a boss owner until you have people working for you, in a sense, until you have employees. So you're pretty much self-employed, right? And that is fine. That is okay. You don't want to work for someone. Ideally, you want to make your own schedules and stuff, but the clients kind of have control of you a little bit. So it's okay. You aren't an entrepreneur until you become like, if you don't go to work, if you just want to lay down and rest and you're still able to make money, that's when you know you're a boss owner, entrepreneurship, or an entrepreneur, sorry. And the other one was, and I got this late at yesterday, and I was like, oh. And the other one is, I notice a lot of entrepreneurs have employee mentalities. You can't come with a bag of excuses and be your own boss. I must say, so 2017, I started Fitness IQ. I was really persistent. I was still working. I was still working full time and was doing Fitness IQ part time. And I think in 2018, I said I'm out. I just want to do Fitness. So I was like, boom. I started doing Fitness full time. But things got rough. Things got rough. So I had to be realistic and say, okay, I'm not at where I want to be. So let me go back part-time and still, be able to manage. And that's when the life, work, business, that's when it gets really hectic. That's what we're actually going to talk about today, but I'll wait till Andre comes back. So I thought I'd just, speak to myself or speak to you guys, ladies and gentlemen. So what happens? 2018, get back into a job, working, not really caring for it because of things that have happened. People take it for granted, whatever. So COVID happens. I don't have COVID happens, so I'm let go. It's cool. I didn't mind. I was like, bet this time around, I'm going to be able to do this. 2020, some people would say I was slacking because I wasn't really putting in content and stuff. But I thought to myself, I was doing a-okay because I had other projects and I was busy doing this, busy doing that. And it's not until the last 2 months of 2020 when I actually realized that, yeah, those last couple months I wasn't doing ish, but now busy. Especially with speaking gigs, doing collaborations with a lot of people, and I really love collaborations. So lesson number 5, folks, collaborations is a way to do it. We do not have to compete with others. I know many people that are in personal finance, and I don't compete with them. You know what? I rather collaborate with them and be able to work with them together and reach out to more people, because that's what it's about, reaching the masses and just teaching financial literacy. And I always check so I budget all the time. At least once a month, I check my, income, expenses, and all that great stuff. I will tell you this, and this is how I know I've been working hard. That's why that saying, it doesn't refer to me any longer. I've went past the amount that I made last year already. So I know that I'm putting in the work and it's working. It's working. So it just shows you as well is nothing happens overnight. That is lesson number 6. Nothing happens overnight. There have been endless sleepless nights, me wanting to say, F it, but I still get it done. And I'm very thankful for the people that are around me with collaborating, my mentors, people that help me keep me in check when it comes to working. I have a friend, big up yourself, no matter what, they're like, did you put out content? When's the last time you posted? So now I'm trying to make a schedule of like when to make content and be able to spend time with the family and all that good stuff. So I really appreciate everyone that supports and makes sure I keep myself in check, because you actually need people in your life that does that. So that's lesson number 7. Make sure you have people in your life that keeps you accountable, because if you don't, you're just going to be lazy sometimes. You don't feel like doing things. Nah. You need people around you that will help you elevate. So I have friends that do that, and I try to do that with other friends. And if I haven't done that with y'all, I apologize. I try, but I can't save everyone. I've come to realize I can't save everyone. So when there's a time when I can save you, don't worry. I asked you. Let's see. Now, how is my journey? Huh. So I'm only talking about my personal finance journey, because other journeys is a long way coming. I am in the verge of learning a different tier, and I like to call tiers. I think investing it's complex, but it's not. Like if you know the foundation of the stock market, you'll be able to learn the other tiers. So I always tell people there's the tiers, the ETFs or mutual funds or index funds. That's the safety one, or GICs. Then there's stocks, individual stocks. That's the second tier. Those are volatile, but sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. The next tier is options. I've been learning options since December, and I finally got the hang of it. To the point. I still need a system that works. So tip number 8, or lesson number 8, you need a system when it comes to certain things. You need a system when it comes to your work. You need a system when it comes to your investing. You need a system when it comes to your life. I'm trying to figure them out. I'm almost there with investing and business. So fingers crossed. So I'm in figuring out options, and then there's the next level, futures. Ooh, jeez. So I learned how to do futures by accident, really. I was watching, I was watching Market Mondays. If anyone knows Market Mondays with Earn Your Leisures, I love them. I feel like we're kind of on the same level, but Canadian wise, So I was watching them, and there's this gentleman, and he just starts saying numbers, and he keeps talking about futures, and I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about. That sounds like foreign to me, because I hadn't opened my horizon just yet to futures, right? Lesson number 9, open your mind to new things. I know change is scary, but once we didn't, like, example, we didn't start walking from when we were a baby, right? We had to first crawl and do, like a wobble, and then start walking, then running, and all that good stuff. That is the same thing when it comes to personal finance. Of course, you're not going to know everything all at once. I just gave you the timelines of my life and showing you that I didn't know everything at the time. So I'm learning futures, my horizons, like, this is too much. And then all of a sudden I heard my mentor talking about the same numbers. I'm like, hold on. Show me, please. And if you watch episode 29, episode 29, that's my mentor, Kurt, big up yourself. He was also learning futures, and then he just showed me, like, a way to practice to do futures. So I've been practicing futures. Let me tell you this. I think in a month and a half, I've managed fake money. I've managed to gain $4,000. Mind you, this week was absolute trash. I was technically gambling and wasn't doing the systems that I learned or taught myself to do. And I lost like $1,200. I think it's even more. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I was pissed. So I'm learning futures, and the thing about futures is you have to have a certain amount of capital. So there's always an issue with capital that you have to have a certain amount of capital to do futures. When it comes to stocks or ETFs, you have to have a certain capital, yes, but it doesn't have to be a lot. So it just so happened, because of my mom's passing, obviously I'm one of the beneficiaries. There's some money coming. I wasn't born with a silver spoon, but I am blessed that my mom was able to accumulate pension wealth to transfer to us. And that's what we were talking about estate planning last week, or wills, is that even though she's gone, her legacy will still stay or continue, because I'm going to be using that money to elevate our family 10 times, guaranteed. if that's the last thing I can do, we gonna be rich. I'm joking. We're gonna be well off than we are at the moment. So that is my journey. I am also looking to get real estate, of course. I feel because I have this house, it's not on my name, but I feel like it is. But I definitely would want to have investment property. I would love to have another place. And then the world is your oyster. That's the saying, right? I hope that's the saying. And I guess the 10th lesson is life gives you lemons, make lemonade. So as much as I miss my mom dearly, I am happy that I'm planning to do things that will help the family, because family comes first in my eyes. I can't talk about everyone, but I just want all the lessons that I learned from my parents in my years. I'm hoping and praying that I'm able to exceed exceed what they taught me, and the lessons I seen them do, and able to go way past that. And then future, my generations, kids, and all that stuff will be wealthy, rich. So yeah, that's my journey. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I'm not as, hype and things as Andre, but you know, my journey is just like yours. You know, I worked hard. I worked damn hard to get things like this. If you only knew, in university, high school, all those things, I worked dang hard to get to where I am now. I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm almost there. I'm almost there. So, I mean, I'm glad you guys enjoyed my story. Hopefully you didn't think it was boring. I know there's no, hold on, let me do some sounds. Sometimes it just goes away. Hold on. So yeah, so big up everyone that's watching, everyone listening. Please like, subscribe, follow, share it with anyone. Please, by all means, like our old episodes, share with everyone because there's different things that accommodate other people. So please do so. And I just feel like you guys are my family. So as I find the song, and of course, I wouldn't be me if I was procrastinating just a little bit. And that's all. Extra lesson tip. Do not procrastinate. Do not procrastinate. There are many things in life that I've wanted to do, like stocks back in the day, but I procrastinated because I was scared. I was scared of something. I was scared of the unknown, and you don't have to be scared of the unknown. If you plan out accordingly, write things down. I have some visions back in the day, especially when I was like, what, 25? 25, me certainly should be happy. Oh no, I can't find the song. Hold on, guys. I gotta give you the tune to finish off. There we go. There it is. While I do that, thank you everyone that's listening. Thank you everyone's watching. Andre, we miss you. We miss you, Andre. But I know you'll be back next week. And we have some exciting things to talk about. So stay tuned for next week. And don't be alarmed, all right? Until next, folks. Yeah. Oh, man. I don't want to play a different song. We're not going to play a different song. I wish it was on my phone, but it's not. Patience is a virtue. There we go. Yeah. If I want to